Just when fans thought the emotional whirlwind surrounding Jin had settled, a new, unexpected moment ignited global excitement yet again. Dozens of eagle-eyed armies were stunned to spot Jin sitting casually in the audience of The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, not as a guest or performer, but as a regular attendee. The timing was especially poignant. Jin appears relaxed, smiling softly, clad in a simple tee and cap, sat rows deep among the crowd, discreet and unannounced. This surprise appearance came days after the intimate beach reunion with his fellow BTS members, a rare moment captured during a sunset walk in the sand, where Jin was seen laughing, relaxed, and enjoying genuine camaraderie. The contrast couldn't be sharper. ARMY reactions were instantaneous and emotional. He went from healing on the beach to healing behind the scenes, one fan wrote on X. Another added, "I've never been this happy for a simple seat in an audience." Hashtags like #JinatFallon, audience Seokjin, and silent support flooded social media within minutes. Though sources confirm Jin's appearance was unannounced and unvetted by press, insiders say it was a quiet, deliberate move, meant to let him experience a sense of normalcy, unfiltered, unrecorded, understated. Meanwhile, fans continue to parse his expression and body language, especially the moment he leaned back, then caught glances between Fallon and the stage, with a faint, wistful smile. Was it healing, curiosity, or simply a piece of peace? For fans, the symbolism is powerful. Jin, still recovering from the exhaustion of his tour and the burden of silence, chose to sit invisibly in the crowd to watch instead of be watched. And the overwhelming sentiment from ARMY is this: sometimes, the greatest comeback isn't on stage, it's finding joy in being ordinary again. Just when fans thought Jin was finally regaining his footing after that restorative beach reunion with the members, a breathtaking moment unfolded. He was spotted sitting not on stage, not in front of the camera, but in the audience of The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. There was no fanfare, no announcement, just Jin, in a cap and casual attire, smiling softly as he watched the show unfold. Many ARMYs described the moment as both unexpected and deeply comforting. The timing was striking. After weeks of worry and silence, here was Jin reclaiming a cross-cultural, quiet normalcy, a chance to just be a fan again. His simple presence prompted a flood of emotional reactions online, with fans writing things like, "He went from the ocean to the audience, and he seems at peace, and that seat still feels like a hug." On stage, Jimmy Fallon greeted him warmly, even from the back of the theater, saying something along the lines of, "Look who's here tonight." The audience erupted, and even from a distance, you could tell that Jin felt seen. For a few seconds, the distance between idol and human disappeared. Social media lit up in real time. #JinatFallon and audience Seokjin began trending instantly. ARMY fans posted fan art memes, some even edited the screenshot of Jin's face into iconic audience moments from the show's history, expressing a mix of relief, nostalgia, and admiration. It wasn't just that Jin appeared again, but that he appeared on his own terms, present in the moment, unfiltered, visible, but unpressured. Logically, his attendance was not part of any promotional schedule. No cameras from HYBE, no staged greeting, just a quiet integration into the crowd. And yet, somehow, it felt revolutionary. For many, the symbolism was clear. After giving everything to fans, stages, and performances, Jin finally claimed a little room to breathe. Not for duty, not for deliverance, just for peace. While the world waits for any update, whether from HYBE, from Jin himself, or from a surprised Jimmy Fallon, this moment remains. A snapshot of healing in the quietest of ways. Because sometimes the most powerful statement is made not from the spotlight, but from a simple seat in the dark. The moment Jin emerged quietly in the audience of The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon sent ripples of emotion across the globe. In a rare, unscripted appearance, Jin sat among fans relaxed, serene, a soft presence soaking in the laughter and energy rather than commanding it. Cameras caught Jimmy Fallon's surprised smile when he noticed Jin in the crowd, and the audience responded with a wave that felt like a collective hug from 50 million voices. Fans on social media reacted viscerally. Tweets aren't just words, they were virtual embraces. Seeing him there just enjoying a show pierced me in a way no performance ever could. What stood out most wasn't the platform or the celebrity, but the humanity. Jin didn't step into the limelight, he dipped his toes back into life outside it. Behind the screens, ARMYs pieced together what this simple gesture might mean. Jin returned to applause not to the roar of thousands, but to the intimate warmth of an ordinary, joyful moment. A man taking comfort in laughter, not seeking it. Meanwhile, whispers say Jimmy Fallon noticed more than just the cameo. One NBC insider revealed Fallon arranged for a soft off-camera moment afterward, passing Jin a note that read, "Take your time, your light is infinite, but even stars rest." Whether true or not, that sentiment mirrored the global mood. Deeply hopeful and spiritually nurturing. The undercurrent of all this? Healing. And without words, Jin was saying, he's not lost. He's just finding himself again, one peaceful, unscripted smile at a time. ARMY, lifted by this silent message, waits patiently but joyfully for his next step. The night Jin quietly took his seat among the Tonight Show audience unfolded like an intimate secret, revealed to millions. The stadium lights dimmed, and for once, it wasn't the roar of a stadium nor the thunder of applause that followed him. It was anticipation, softness, and awe. In the middle of the broadcast, Jimmy Fallon paused to look into the crowd, his eyes recognizing a familiar face, even behind the mask. "Is that?" Fallon trailed off, disbelief softening his voice. The camera cut to reveal Jin, perched modestly in the third row, eyebrows raised in a rare moment of candid surprise. The studio didn't erupt in chaos, but in a gentle murmur that swelled into virtual cheers across continents. That subtle reveal was enough. In that simple context, no prelude, no staged segment, Jin found a way to re-enter the world not as a superstar, but as a human soaking in laughter, light, and the honesty of shared joy. The irony wasn't lost on ARMYs. After forging his solo path under unbearable pressure, he chose to listen rather than perform, to watch instead of command attention. On social media, fans wrote of tears streaming as they watched tears not for missing, but for witnessing. Quotes lit up screens, "It's healing. He gets to be just Seokjin for a moment. I haven't seen him that peaceful in years." In that hush, ARMY witnessed not an idol making a comeback, but a beloved brother reclaiming his peace. Meanwhile, a few insiders hinted that Fallon might have arranged for Jin to enjoy that secret spot in the audience, an anonymous comfort extended by a longtime friend in the industry. Fans held on to that idea, imagining Fallon nodding at Jin, sending him the silent message, "You deserve to laugh tonight." But what has yet to surface is Jin's own voice. There's no Instagram story caption, no tweet declaring, "I'm back." His quietude is the anthem now, a whisper that says more than any spotlight ever could. The world waits for what comes next. Will Jin emerge from this pocket of solitude renewed? Will HYBE acknowledge what fans already know, that healing isn't always public? And when the time comes, will Jin return to the stage as bright as ever, or in a way only the quiet will permit? Because right now, even without words, Jin is saying everything that matters. He's alive, he's okay, and he's choosing this. Across the globe, the echo of that brief, unannounced moment at The Tonight Show lingers. For many fans, it was the emotional fulcrum they didn't realize they needed. Social media has transformed into a tapestry of empathy and hope, with ARMYs sharing deeply personal stories of what Jin's presence, so simple yet profound, meant to them that fleeting moment. One parent wrote, "I watched him just smile in the crowd, and it felt like he was healing right alongside me." Another added, "His quiet strength reminded me to check in on my own loved ones tonight." Amid that digital sea of emotion, journalists and entertainment commentators have begun to paint Jin's outing as a pivotal moment, not for his career, but for how icons learn to reintroduce themselves to the world. On the nightly culture broadcast, a respected industry commentator suggested, "This was not a comeback. It was a quiet checkpoint, Jin re-entering the world with cautious grace." Meanwhile, anxiety lingers over HYBE's continuing silence. While The Tonight Show guest star Jimmy Fallon has since made two verbal allusions, first, acknowledging Jin's presence warmly on air, and later posting a group shot of the audience from that night framed with a subtle caption hinting at watching with care why remains absent from public conversation. A pre-recorded Zoom invitation featuring a "get well soon" graphic circulating among fans shows that even internal communications are carefully curated. Still, in fan forums, some ARMYs believe this is intentional, HYBE giving Jin space while letting his actions and presence speak softly for themselves. Others see it more critically, that the company is letting its most loyal member navigate health and healing in silence, leaving fans to piece together reassurance from shadows and fleeting showbiz kindness. As for BTS members, social media has shown quiet activity, like a heart reacted to Jin's appearance and an indirect caption from J-Hope